Welcome back to the Bouquet Toss, the podcast that helps you plan your wedding day your way. We're your hosts, Jessica
and Sari, and each episode, we pick apart the traditions and trends that you either love, hate, or don't understand to help us all figure out why we do weddings the way that we do. The Bouquet Toss is part of the Love Stories TV podcast network. This episode is presented by WedSafe. Don't let your wedding be unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. Say I do to WedSafe Wedding Insurance. Visit wedsafe.com to learn more.
Happy holidays from the Bouquet Toss.
Today we're doing a very special holiday-themed episode of the Bouquet Toss.
Yes.
All things weddings and holidays.
Yeah, I mean, holiday season is a big time of year, especially for engagements.
Engagement season proper. When does that go?
Yeah, actually, it is considered from Thanksgiving all the way through Valentine's Day. And actually, the majority of engagements apparently happen during this peak engagement season of the year.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can just picture like all of the memes of like single people being like, ugh, another person. Now it's Thanksgiving, so everybody's getting engaged, and now it's Christmas, everyone's getting engaged. Like, but it's true. It's a romantic time. It's people going home to family. It's an easy time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You have your loved ones close by most of the time, and so they get to celebrate with you. So what better time to get engaged?
Yeah, so we'll talk about holiday engagements, but we'll also talk about just like holiday-themed weddings, like ways to bring the holidays into your wedding.
Yeah.
If you're getting married in like the, Q4, in like the November-ish, December range, if you love Christmas or if you love like this holiday festive spirit, it is a great opportunity to go all out by having this big, huge party.
Absolutely. There are pros and cons, I would say,
Sure.
of having a holiday season wedding, which we can totally get into.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So obviously, pros are most likely you're going to be surrounded by your family and friends, right? You're going to be home for the holidays, most of the cases. So that's obviously a great thing. Seasonal decor, a lot of places are very festively decorated for the holiday season. So sometimes you can work that into your wedding decor and maybe save on needing to bring things in yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I have seen like a full-blown Christmas tree at a Christmas wedding or several.
I mean, it's so magical, right?
Yeah.
There's also, some cost savings potentially to be had because it's not necessarily the most popular time to get married. And, I think the festive atmosphere just like adds more to the celebration. So those are all definitely like really fun aspects. And most likely your guests are going to have the time off from work because everybody kind of does around the holidays. So they might be more likely to be able to attend. But on the con side, it might be inconvenient if they're from out of town and would rather be at home with their families for the holidays.
Right. Like if it's somebody who has a very like specific tradition or something, they might not be able to upend that to go to your wedding that year.
Right.
And, of course, the cost of traveling gets really high around the holidays.
That is one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
Like the flight prices increase so much around the holidays. The airlines, I feel like, really take advantage of people. And it can be a major factor in deciding whether or not to travel for a wedding or even just going home for the holidays.
Right. Yeah. So you really do have to think about that. There's also like, inclement weather risks.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are. You could have a ton of snow. You could, a snow day on your wedding. I don't know how fun that is.
It could look magical in pictures, but it might prohibit people from making it to
actually getting there.
To your ceremony, especially if the roads get icy, like it can be risky.
Yeah. But if if it is the right time of year for you and, all these other logistics work out, there's also just really fun things like that you can do that are festive, like have a s'mores station or, put blankets out on the seats for everybody and they can get cozy at your ceremony or I don't know. There's just some like really cute. Maybe you give out like ornaments as your favors or Christmas cookies.
Yeah, I mean, totally. And it doesn't have to just be Christmas either. It could be a New Year's wedding.
Or a Hanukkah wedding.
Fair point.
Or Kwanzaa or any type of wedding. But no.
Swiftmas.
You had to.
I had to.
But I do think the New Year's wedding is very popular.
I love it. I would love to be invited
Me
to a
too.
New Year's wedding because I
Same.
never really make plans. I don't want to plan anything myself.
I know.
So having an event
I want
to
go to a party that was planned.
Please invite us
Yes.
to your New Year's Eve
coming.
weddings. Please,
Yeah.
guys.
I think it's so fun. I think like people are already staying out later than they normally do. And so you get like that longer party feeling happening for longer.
Yes.
The outfits of it all, you can get that glittery silver sparkle gold, like all of that.
It's the perfect excuse to make your wedding like a super festive, like sequin worthy occasion, right?
Like totally be like, on your dress code, glittery and sequins and fun. Like encouraged.
Yeah.
Please join in on the New Year's look. Yeah, that's really, really fun.
I love that. I also just love like winter fashion, and maybe it's because I live in Mexico and it's like 80 degrees all year round at this point, but like I love like wearing velvet and like rich fabrics and like dressing up for, the cozy winter season too. So it's fun for wedding fashion as well.
It is. And for wedding decor. I mean, I've seen, we have one on the blog that was a New Year's wedding that was super cute. Like instead of florals, they did like kind of like pine cone arrangements with also like glitz and glamour like stuck in there. And it super just like creative and very unique.
Cost efficient.
Right.
We're not saying cheap, we're saying cost efficient.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Savvy, if you will.
So they had just super fun details and, without the cost of flowers, it, brought it down a bit for them. So
yeah, you can take advantage of those like holiday season or end of holiday season savings and stock up on, metallic or glittered ornaments and put them in clear vases as centerpieces.
Ooh,
and
love that.
Eliminate flowers entirely.
You could.
I mean, very cost effective.
Yeah, and then you have an excuse to buy a bunch of decor for your house because then you can use all of this at like come the holiday time at your home.
Yeah. I loved sort of the idea of like evergreen garlands too, like bringing that greenery in without needing a ton of flowers. You could do decorations inspired by like snow, like a very winter white kind of theme.
Yeah.
Could be nice. And of course, like Christmas lights are another great thing to get on like discount post-holiday season that you could hang around your venue for like a really magical.
Twinkle lights are it.
Yeah.
I love it no matter what. I mean, even if it's a summer wedding outside, I love that look.
I know. Like I just had I'm staying with a friend right now and I helped her put up her tree this week and I was just like, man, there's just something so nice about having a tree with Christmas lights in the house. I'm like, why can't we do this all year round? It's just
you can.
You can. You make the rules, but but it is just such like a cozy and like comforting sort of warm-hearted vibe about it.
Yeah, it's like a warm hug.
Truly.
Like hot cocoa.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's another great thing about these sort of winter weddings is you can incorporate those special touches like a hot cocoa bar.
I have seen this at venues.
Yeah.
Like it's offered even like just through the winter months. I got married in March, which I like to think is early spring, not late winter. But we had some that we were looking at that was like an option for dessert. It was like a full hot cocoa bar.
I love that. And you could set up like a little lounge area with some like cozy couches and some throw blankets. Maybe have a little s'mores pit or something.
Very cute.
Just a nice little conversation area for your reception for people who want to take a break from the dance floor. Super cute.
Yeah. It gives you like a built-in theme.
Yeah.
To do anything with.
Absolutely.
Okay. So not only do we have holiday proposals, do we have holiday weddings, gifting around the holidays is what's on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to put together just kind of a list of gift ideas for engaged couples, whether you are one or you know one.
Yep.
Because this is just a great excuse to get somebody something they will use for their wedding.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, what can I add to my Christmas or Hanukkah wish list this year, we've got some good ideas for you that you can share with your loved ones, and maybe these items will help make your wedding planning process a little more organized and stress-free and fun.
Yeah. So the first one is a Cricut.
Yes.
Perfect for the DIY
The
bride.
MVP of DIY brides everywhere.
The precision cutting machine, is that how they describe it? Yeah. I mean, it's something that you'll use beyond your wedding as well. Like once you get bit by the crafting Cricut bug, you'll get bit by the Cricut. You'll probably use it.
I don't know if crickets bite, but it's a cute pun. I liked it.
So that's a great one. And there's like tons of different sizes. There's small ones, there's bigger ones, there's there's a lot of different options, and it's a gift that keeps on giving other gifts.
Truly. Absolutely. It's the possibilities of what you can make with it are endless. And I know like everyone who has used it will see how simple it really is.
For
like
sure.
You don't have to be an expert crafter. You don't have to have design skills. There's tons of like built-in templates and projects that you can literally just pick it out and send it to your machine and put it together, and obviously so many different applications for the wedding day, whether it's decor or labels or, thank you cards or personalized touches for your weddings. If you want to make your own table numbers, truly you can do so many things with this, and you'll definitely use it well beyond the wedding day as well. So definitely top one to add to your gift list.
Definitely. Let's go to the next one. We've got a rescue kit.
Yes.
So we did do an episode with Risa Costas, who created the Rescue Kit company.
Yes.
And so she actually has one already packaged up, which it's basically all of the fashion emergency items that you would need, which are applicable obviously on your wedding day and needed, but you can use anytime you're getting dressed up.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been like toting myself around when I travel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And so things like, a cover for when you're changing your shirt and you don't want to get your makeup dirty, stain removers, safety
Bobby
pins, but all these different things.
Fashion tape.
And what she's done is she's just put them all together in one easy to purchase option. And so it's like, they can then literally bring their kit anywhere that they need it. You could also make one.
Yeah, you could totally DIY source the items and put them together in a cute bag.
Yeah.
But I do think just the concept in general is such a great gift to give to, a newly engaged bride-to-be, because she can use it throughout the planning process, if she's going to the bridal shower, bachelorette party, the wedding day itself, obviously, your honeymoon. Like these sort of items are just nice to have on hand.
And even other weddings.
Yeah. Oh,
like if you're in your wedding season, you're probably going to a bunch of others too.
Yeah. You'll be bringing it, as the bridesmaid when you go to your next wedding too.
Most prepared.
It's another one of those gifts that I feel like keeps on giving.
Yep.
And, if you run out of a certain item, you can always replenish it, but just keep bringing it along to all your events.
Yeah, I love it. It's like the thing that's super useful that most people might not think to buy themselves. So putting it on your list is just a great idea. Speaking of another one that you might not choose to get yourself or splurge on, a Flytographer Photo Shoot.
Yes.
We've talked about it a bit on this. We've both done them at this point. I got to do it on my honeymoon, and in Venice we had a full photographer photo shoot. I think this is such a unique gift to give somebody else. And, it's especially, to give somebody the idea of it by putting it on your list, because people they may not have heard of it.
Right.
But they're like, essentially it's like they're buying an excursion or something on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
But it's going to give you amazing quality professional photos that you can then print and give to people, put in your house, like have forever.
Yeah.
They make it seamless. You can get a photographer in like almost any city. It's a really, really cool thing and a great gift idea.
It absolutely is. And basically you can give it essentially as a gift card. And so the couple or, they can redeem it at any point. They could use it for their engagement shoot. They could wait and use it on their honeymoon. If they used it for their engagement shoot, they could put those photos on their save the dates, like it's really flexible and, location independent no matter where you are. So yeah. Totally love this as a gift idea.
Okay, the next one was inspired by my sister because she gave this to me, a return address stamp.
Yes.
You maybe underestimate how important this will be, but she got one designed that had like mine and my husband's initials. It had our address around it, like in a circle and a cute little emblem, and it's literally a stamp. So when I came time to do my invitations and my thank yous, anytime I was doing the return address, I literally just stamp, move it on, stamp, move it on, stamp, move it on.
Yep.
Perfect. And we can use this obviously well beyond the wedding. It's not like wedding themed. It's our address. I love that she got our first initials because I hadn't like changed my name yet. I still haven't. And like, you know, you might not decide to, that, you know, could be a thing, but this is now useful to us in so many ways.
That's
and
so smart.
such a thoughtful gift. Like, it's just something that, like, I don't know, you might not think of.
Yeah, that's a great tip, actually. So if you're considering getting someone a return address stamp, either doing the first initials or just their first names and not including the new married last name, because who knows? They might not change their names at all. Right. So yeah, that's a great tip and a great thing to keep in mind.
And then the next one is similar, but personalized stationery. This is something I really do feel like is a gift. It's not something you typically buy for yourself.
Right.
But again, so useful. You never realize how much you're going to start writing notes and thank yous and things. And especially it's really nice to have something joint with your new partner.
Yeah.
Specialized for you, custom. And so it's a great gift to give.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, keeping that in mind, like, you know, the first names, probably a great, you know, consideration for the personalized stationery as well, because you're going to be sending thank you notes to, you know, your guests for your bridal shower. If you had an engagement party, you know, any sort of hostesses, you're going to want to give them a little note. And so very nice to have on hand. So you can send those thank you notes out quickly and not have to stress about it.
Yeah. All right, the next one. Can you explain this? This is called the Adventure Challenge.
Oh, yeah. So I love this company. They have a lot of different like books and sort of like games for basically like improving your relationship connection and like fun. And so they have these books and each one has like different like challenges and like prompts in it that you can do like special activities or like scavenger hunts or like it basically like helps you infuse like novelty and creativity into your relationship without having to do a lot of the extra thinking and planning yourself. And so you can almost play it like roulette, you know, like flip to a special page and, you know, maybe you do it like once a week, once a month, whatever. But it's just something that encourages like intentional connection time and novelty and fun in your relationship. So I think it makes a really great gift.
Yeah. I mean, that's something you'll use throughout your relationship, not just wedding planning time.
Yeah.
This, if you are a couple getting engaged, this is something you could get anyone else too.
Yeah.
But I agree. What a fun, thoughtful thing, because it helps you do the really important work without having to do a lot of work.
Yeah, totally. And they have different editions for different things. So they have like a couples edition, which is obviously great for a newly engaged couple or a couple at any stage. And then they also have a travel edition.
Cool.
And they have an in-bed edition, which is a little spicy, but could be good as well.
That's so
Maybe
cool.
you wouldn't want to give it as a gift to someone else, but you could give it as a gift to your partner.
Right. That's true.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. And then the next one we have here is a Rent the Runway gift card. This to me is so smart.
Yeah.
You know, it could go beyond Rent the Runway. It could be one of those like subscription rent packages. Maybe you give somebody like a free month of Newly or something like that.
Right.
But, you know, the amount of events that you're going to go to and want something new, even if you're just going to other people's weddings, like it is such a fun thing to be able to rent something.
Yes.
And again, not something you might buy for yourself. I think you know, people receiving that would be like, wow, what a special, thoughtful idea.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm especially like aware of the way that, you know, brides are feeling a little bit more like compelled to have this whole bridal era wardrobe. And a lot of it is made up of fast fashion, which I'm not a huge fan of. And like, I just think
either is the earth.
Yeah, right. I mean, can we all do our part, guys? But so this makes a really thoughtful gift and like encourages that sort of like circular economy, like renting, reusing, and you're getting to wear really nice stuff without having to buy it.
My mother-in-law wore a Rent the Runway dress to my wedding.
Really? That's amazing. I love that.
You do have to be like of a pretty normal size, right?
Standard
like,
sizing.
Yeah, there's definitely like, you know, it's a little bit harder if you aren't in the standard sizing, which hopefully they're getting better at and improving how much they've got. But you know, if you aren't somebody who has to get things altered or taken in or taken out or anything, then it could be really simple and easy for you.
Yeah, a really great option and such a cool gift.
And last but not least, we've got the Budget Savvy Wedding Planner and Organizer, which is the book that Jessica Bishop wrote, available on Amazon.
And Barnes & Noble and
Target,
anywhere books are sold.
Up on our website as well.
Yep.
And, you know, it's a wedding planner. It has all these fun activities that you can do with your partner to get you in the headspace, to get you started. It tells you where to start. It tells you what to think about. It gives you a place to write out a guest list or write down, you know, venue quotes that you're getting. It's just, you've thought of it all, and the perfect gift to give somebody who is newly engaged.
Yes, absolutely. And the exciting news is that there is a new expanded edition coming out in April of 2025.
Oh.
And it is a binder version. So you'll actually have pockets and folders where you can put in, you know, additional paperwork, notes, quotes you get from vendors. So it's making it a lot more interactive, which was honestly like the biggest bit of feedback that we got about it. So I'm super excited for it to get out into the hands of more savvy couples.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
I'm so glad to hear this is happening.
Me too.
Yay. This episode is presented by WedSafe. Don't let your wedding be unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. Say I do to WedSafe Wedding Insurance. Visit wedsafe.com to learn more. What better gift can you give somebody than peace of mind?
Amen, sister.
Right? And so WedSafe is a particular wedding insurance that we have partnered with and that we are championing because they have made it super easy to go online and get insurance for your wedding. Now, we do have an episode that will be forthcoming that will be a deeper look at wedding insurance and everything it entails. But we really felt like we had to include this in a gift-giving episode because this is something that a lot of couples maybe have pause with. It's just, it feels like another expense. But it is often in like the $50 to $100 to upwards of maybe like $300 range. But I think that it is so valuable because it covers a lot of different cancellations and things that you would not expect could happen for your wedding. And it's something that somebody else can help contribute to, you know, the way that they might be contributing to a cash fund for your honeymoon or for, you know, just a house fund or anything and in general a fund.
Yes.
This is funds that you will directly get great value out of, and you would need to have it before the wedding, right? It wouldn't be like a gift that you could get at the wedding because then you retroactively wouldn't be covered.
Right.
But I just think it's like an important thing and a really like way to like an unexpected gift to give somebody.
Yeah, and a thoughtful one. It shows that you're looking out for them. You're looking out for the investment that they're making and what they're spending on their wedding and making sure they are covered when it comes to liability or in the case of any sort of like postponement or cancellation or act of nature outside of their control. And so I really do think it's like a very thoughtful and considerate gift to give and something that, you know, couples might overlook and think, is this necessary? Is it not? We 100% would say, yes, it is absolutely necessary to cover all your bases and to give you that peace of mind.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not convinced, WedSafe has provided us with a bunch of different real things that have happened and the cost savings that they were able to provide.
Okay. Well, let's
because
hear 'em.
people were covered. So here we go. Why would you ever cancel or postpone a wedding, right? You think about that. Well, there's actually a lot of reasons. One couple, there was 10 inches of rain that fell in Virginia.
Oh, wow.
The highway was closed. The bridal party members and guests could not get to the reception site.
Wow.
Not to mention their vendors, the food, the flowers, the cake, the photos, everything had to be canceled.
Wow.
And they were reimbursed through event cancellation coverage, $25,000.
Wow. I mean, can you imagine all of that anticipation, all of that planning, getting to the day of and having that happen and just being so devastated, not just missing out on the memories that you had been planning and anticipating, but also the money that you just lost. But that's completely avoidable if you have insurance.
Right. Here's some other like health related things that you don't ever want to think this could happen to you, but it could. There was a groom who had started experienced chest pains, went to the hospital and was diagnosed with a heart condition.
Oh my goodness.
They had to postpone the wedding. They were reimbursed through the event cancellation coverage, $28,900.
Wow.
Similarly, they had a father of the bride who ended up needing to be rushed to the hospital. He ended up being okay, which is good, but it was morning of the wedding, and she did not want to continue, without him being at her ceremony.
Right.
So these are real things that happen. Loss of a vendor, they could decide, they could go under. They could maybe, I don't know, there's a number of things that can happen. Maybe they just don't show up. Maybe they were double booked and they didn't realize. People have recovered deposits lost, $2,300, $3,000 here for photographer and video. This is a real thing. Oh my God, a photographer's camera bag was stolen.
Oh my goodness.
And so along with it, all of the film and videos and pictures and everything, pictures that were taken. And they were able to be reimbursed through the photography and video coverage for $3,000.
Wow.
Obviously, it doesn't bring your photos back, but... So
that would be devastating.
Yeah. And then so some other ones like liability and property damage. These are things that you don't want to even like entertain, but they do kind of happen often. Concerns about liability, they fall on the bride and the groom. And so here, this was an example where there was damage to a carpet and the claim was paid for by the property damage coverage for $5,500. They would have had to pay that otherwise if they didn't have the insurance.
Wow.
Another example is a wedding guest fell on the dance floor and was injured, and it was a $2,500 claim.
Wow.
Another couple had some drunk party guests. They tried to move an antique dining table and broke it.
Oh, no.
And there was an $1,800 claim that was paid out through insurance.
Wow.
So there's, unfortunately, even more that I could go into here. Things happen a lot.
Yeah.
And you could be saving thousands of dollars just by spending $100 to $300 even. We'll deep dive into this, but the coverage is based on the amount of spend. So it's, if you're having a much larger wedding, the coverage will be a little more expensive, the same, way other insurance works. But WedSafe has really done all of the imagining of what could be, and they've made it just so easy for you to get the coverage that will give you the peace of mind that will help you just get through the day.
Yeah, and be able to be present and enjoy without worrying, because if something goes wrong, you're covered.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like gift giving, we could go into that entirely, because I think you might be thinking like, Jess, Sari, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a gift that I would give. But it's like in the same way that you might gift somebody, the adventure challenge or something. Like sometimes it's not about like a physical item that they can use. Sometimes it's about like a service or something that they could put towards building something better for themselves, whether it's working on their relationship or having peace of mind on their wedding day. I think like I'm always looking for that other, an option for a gift that doesn't seem so on the nose. And especially when somebody is newly engaged, like they kind of want everything to be related to their wedding.
Right.
Like even though you could get them a million things for the holidays, maybe it's clothes that they want or whatever, it feels so much nicer when it like is just, it manages to still be wedding related.
Yes.
It's like everything's about your wedding right now.
Yes, you're in your bridal era.
Yeah. And so I love the idea, like the rescue kit or anything like this, Flytographer, like anything that is intrinsically related to wedding is such a fun thing to put on your list.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So maybe before we head out, we should keep it or toss it.
Absolutely.
Holiday edition.
Holiday edition.
Okay. Keep it or toss it. Holiday proposals. Like I'm talking on Thanksgiving or on Christmas.
Personally, I would not want that for myself.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm tossing it. I'm keeping the time frame. I think a really cool way to surprise, like, if she's getting hints or he's getting hints and they feel like it might be happening soon and like, you're like, well, we're going to their parents for Thanksgiving. It's going to be then. Throw them off by doing it like 3 days before.
Right.
So it's not like on the actual holiday and the holiday doesn't come and disappoint them by them not getting engaged. But yeah, trying to offset it.
I really like the idea of like having your engagement be like a special sort of like celebratory day.
Its own holiday.
Yeah, exactly. And so doing it on like a Christmas or even New Year's or something like that.
It's just tied in forever.
Yeah, it's like they're both special, but like they should be they should each have their own special moment.
Yeah, give them their own moment.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, like, the idea of, like, your engagement ring is, like, the gift. You know what I mean? On Christmas or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there might not be any funds left for anything else.
Truly.
Well, we hope not if you're being savvy.
Right. Be financially responsible.
Matching holiday pajamas in your engagement photo shoot.
Oh, in the photo shoot. I actually kind of love that. It's cute.
It's cute. I also imagine that, like, if you are choosing to have kids, then you can also get them the same ones in the future.
Oh.
So let's keep it.
That's darling.
Holiday card engagement announcements.
I mean,
I love that. Keep it.
Double duty, too. You're sending a holiday card. You're announcing your engagement. You can maybe even put, like, a save the date on there, you know. Some people do New Year's cards, too. So if your engagement does happen over the holidays, you can get it all done. And
that's cute.
What is it? Multiple birds with one stone.
Yeah, I like that. Christmas lights as wedding decor.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I'm keeping it. Twinkle lights all the way.
Yeah.
And then, like, just make sure they're used on someone's house or something after.
And to be clear, white ones, not the colored ones.
Okay. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the colored ones.
Yeah. Those feel very retro.
They are.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a 70s vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like the neutral white is a bit more, like, chic and classic and, you know, simple.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last keep it or toss it for this holiday theme is a winter wonderland honeymoon.
Oh, definitely toss. I want to be somewhere warm.
I agree. I think this depends. If you are a couple that travels all the time, and you get married in this holiday season, I can't imagine the stress of a wedding on top of the stress of the holiday season. So I'm saying right after, go get away. And depending on where you go, like, even for this time of year, it could be cool to do, like, a ski trip or something, like, fun where you're going to get, you know. But if you don't travel a lot and you want just straight up relaxation, sun, beach.
I am not a winter sports or activities girly. So it's just a no all the way from me.
It's a no for you. But
for me personally.
Yeah,
but
I see that.
To each their own.
Yep. Well, this was so fun. Holiday themed. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yes.
We can't wait to see all of the inevitable proposals that are going to be happening at this time. Very exciting. Love to see new holiday themed weddings as well. And
everyone have a happy holiday season.
This episode is presented by WedSafe. Don't let your wedding be unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. Say I do to WedSafe Wedding Insurance. Visit wedsafe.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in to the Bouquet Toss from the team at thebudgetsavvybride.com. The Bouquet Toss is part of the Love Stories TV podcast network.
Your support for the show makes it all possible, so don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite streaming platform and follow Budget Savvy Bride on social media.
As always, stay savvy and stay tuned for our next episode.